Welcome back to Incog Stories, where stories come alive from the shadows. Previously, Leon, Maria, and Tyler escaped an ambush, found hope at June's radio station, and learned of a place called Haven. But the road ahead holds darker truths. This is Ashes of Tomorrow, Part 2, Chapter 7, Ruins of Truth. They arrived at what used to be Durango, but only the shells of buildings remained. Scorched walls, crumbling signs, cars rusted in place. A billboard showed a faded American flag with a slogan beneath, "Together we endure," now crossed out with black spray paint. "Liars die alone." They entered a library, turned shelter. Inside, books were stacked like barricades, windows covered with newspaper. A group of survivors sat huddled near a barrel fire. An older man stood. "You're not here to steal, are you?"
No. We just need rest.
"You can stay one night. No food, no water. Those are ours."
They agreed. That night, Leon overheard a hushed conversation, plans to leave for Haven in the morning. But the old man didn't believe it existed.
"They'll just get themselves killed."
Leon looked over at Maria and Tyler. They'd heard it too.
It has to be real. It has to.
Leon wasn't sure. Chapter 8, Road to Cortez. They moved west toward Cortez. The land flattened into dry desert, the wind sharp against their cheeks. They rationed food, 1 can of beans, stretched across 3 meals. At a gas station, Leon found a working pump, powered by a solar panel. There were only 2 gallons left. He filled a rusty jerry can.
Worth more than gold now.
In the distance, they saw smoke.
Campfire?
No. Too big.
As they approached, they saw a convoy, military trucks surrounded by tents, soldiers in black armor. A flag waved above with no country, just a symbol, an eagle clutching a surveillance drone.
Private security. Worse than military. No rules.
They backed away slowly, careful not to be seen.
What happens if they catch us?
They won't.
A week later, they found a church, converted into a sanctuary. A sign read, "All welcome, no weapons." Maria insisted they try. Inside, candles lit the pews. Dozens of survivors knelt in silence. A man in priest robes greeted them warmly.
"We ask only for peace here."
They stayed the night. Tyler played with other kids for the first time in months. Maria smiled again. But Leon was uneasy. He noticed locked rooms in the back, whispered arguments, guards with clubs. At midnight, he found one of the guards beating a young man who had taken extra food.
"That's enough."
The guard raised his weapon, but Leon was faster. Leon threw a right hook that connected to the guard's chin. The man crumpled. Leon found Maria and Tyler.
We're leaving. Now.
As they fled, the priest watched from the doorway. Expression unreadable. Chapter 10, Near the Border. Their radio crackled. For the first time in days, a voice came through.
"Haven, coordinates 37.2 north, 109.5 west. Accepting civilians. No uniforms. Repeat.
It's near the four corners. That's our shot.
They hurried now, even through the nights. Maria's feet blistered. Tyler's cough worsened. At a roadside diner, they found a car. It had gas. A miracle. They drove until the sun rose, crossing abandoned roads and ghost towns. Every mile brought more hope and more danger. A drone spotted them just outside Bluff, Utah. It followed for 10 minutes before retreating.
They'll send soldiers. We're close.
We finish this. We make it.
Leon nodded.
We will.
The road twisted through red rock canyons and narrow passes. Signs of life were rare now. No fires, no voices. Just the occasional wrecked car or skeletal remains of a homestead. Leon held the wheel of the stolen car with white knuckles. Tyler slept in the back seat, his fever rising. Maria stared blankly at the road ahead, cradling her son's head. Suddenly, Leon hit the brakes. A makeshift checkpoint blocked the road, a stack of sandbags, barbed wire, and armed men in mismatched tactical gear. An old Humvee sat behind them, engine idling. Leon turned the wheel to reverse, but a shot rang out. A bullet shattered the rear window.
Step out of the vehicle!
He raised his hands and exited slowly. Maria followed, clutching Tyler. The guards wore patches that read USPF, United States Provisional Forces. But these were no government troops. Their uniforms were filthy, eyes hollow.
We're just passing through. We have a sick child.
All travelers must be processed. Search them.
They were separated. Maria was taken behind the checkpoint tent. Tyler cried out. Leon struggled until a rifle butt slammed into his stomach. They questioned him about Haven, about insurgents. He played dumb. After an hour, they returned Maria, shaken and bruised, but alive.
Leon snapped. As one guard leaned in to check their belongings, Leon grabbed his wrist and twisted. Drawing the man's sidearm, he fired. Chaos erupted. In the confusion, Maria dragged Tyler into the driver's seat. Leon jumped in and hit the gas. Bullets punched into the chassis, but the car roared past the barricade. No one spoke for miles. Chapter 12. Shelter in the Storm. The sky turned black by afternoon. Wind howled across the plains, bringing with it a wall of dust and rain. They abandoned the bullet-ridden car and stumbled into the storm on foot. Visibility dropped to mere feet. Through the haze, they saw a collapsed radio tower. A rusted satellite dish leaned against a shack. An old emergency broadcast relay. They took shelter inside. It smelled of mold and rust, but it was dry. Leon found a box of cassette tapes labeled "The Final Broadcasts." He played one.
This is WKRZ Emergency Relay. If anyone's listening, the federal line has fallen. Fort Carson is gone. Haven may be the last organized zone. They're coming for it.
They're going to wipe it out.
Leon looked at her, then at Tyler, sweating and delirious.
Then we get there first.
They slept, huddled beneath an old parachute, the storm roaring like war outside. The storm rages on, but it's nothing compared to the storm that's coming. Haven calls to them, but so do the forces that would see it destroyed. Tyler burns with fever, Maria's faith wavers, and Leon faces an impossible choice. How many more will die before they reach sanctuary? And what if Haven is already gone? Join us for part 3 of this 4-part series, where hope and horror collide, and no one escapes unchanged. This has been Ashes of Tomorrow Part 2 on Incog Stories. Part 3 releases next Friday. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. The shadows are gathering. Until next time, stay in the shadows.